All right, folks, welcome. Call review Monday. I don't even know what day it is. It's the 23rd. I'm back home um, where we do call reviews. So we've got a special guest, someone within Titanium, a young gentleman who is hungry for success and just constantly learning and implementing, just making tons of imperfect, needed action. So I'm really proud of this guy. Let me go ahead and put him up here. Enough with me talking. Let's get Jamil on the line. Jamil, how you doing, buddy?
All right,
All
you.
right, you.
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Well, first and foremost, thank you for doing this and hopping on there to do a call review Monday. I just want to make sure you guys are able to hear me, right? Just no background noise or anything like that at all. Jamil, I'm asking.
Oh no,
Oh
I'm
no,
fine.
I'm fine.
Okay, cool. All right, Jamil, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to folks and tell them who you are, where you're from, how long you've been wholesaling, and anything and everything you want to tell them.
Yeah.
The
All
floor is
right.
Yeah.
So my
yours.
All
name's
right.
Mil
So my name's
Watts.
Mil
I'm
Watts. I'm
23.
23.
Been attempting to
Been
wholesale
attempting to
for
wholesale
about a
for
year.
about a year.
Been talking
Been
to
talking
motivated
to
sellers
motivated sellers
constantly
constantly
for
for
about
about
the
the
3 months.
past 3 months. I
Finally
just
started using
finally started
the
using
PPL
the
services
PPL services
rather than all the
rather
other
than all the other
strategies.
strategies. Um,
Got my first
got
deal
my first deal
closed
closed
last week or
last
2 weeks
week or
ago. I
two
think.
weeks
I
ago. I
believe I
think.
got
I
the
believe I
wire
got the
for
wire for
Friday.
Friday.
And yeah, I'm just trying to
Yeah, I'm just trying to
grow.
grow.
My goal for
My
this
goal
year
for
is
this
to
year
do
is to do
24
24
deals and
deals
then
and then
buy five,
buy five,
buy and hold.
buy and hold.
Attaboy, my man. Jamil, sounds like you might be echoing. Do you have like an AirPod or headphones? If you don't, that's okay.
I do
I
not.
do not.
Don't worry about
Yeah, I
it.
hear
Don't
it
worry.
Yeah,
now.
I hear it now.
I'm gonna do the majority of the talking anyway, so it's all right. I should have probably told you that to begin with. So let's go ahead. Let's review one of your calls, man. So I haven't listened to it yet. I just want you to know when I do these, I actually don't listen to them until we're on live. So let's get right to it.
A little bit about what you got going on.
Can you hear that, Jamil?
Yeah, yeah.
Three down, one bath up and down, one bath in the basement, brick building, two-car garage.
Jamil, did I know the recording started with tell me what you got going on. Did she tell you how much you want for it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
I just
didn't get to
didn't
press
get to press
record before
record
that.
before that.
No, no, I figured. Okay, cool. So how much does she want for it? Do you remember?
I
I
don't off the
don't off
top
the
of my
top of my
head.
head.
No, this was
No, this was
175 is what she
175 is
wanted.
what she wanted.
Okay, cool.
Actually.
All right, let's play it.
Garage with the parking slab, central air and heat. Both units are in good condition.
One thing I'll tell you for now, Jamil, and I'm not showing the screen because I don't want the personal information to be out there, but I'm watching your screen right now, right?
Mhm.
At this very moment, this is the only time when you're popping her address into prop stream.
What do you mean
What
by
do you
that?
mean
I'm
by that?
sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're 25 seconds into the conversation, or she's telling you about her condition. It is only now that you're adding the address onto prop stream.
I
I
may
may
have. I'm not
have. I'm
sure to
not
be
sure to
honest
be
off the
honest
top
off
of
the
my
top
head,
of
but
my
I
head,
might
but
have
I
been
might have
in
been in
street view. I'm
view. I'm
guessing,
guessing,
or
or
something
something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Was that what
So
That what
happened?
happened? Or
I don't know what happened, but the point I'm about to make is, and I say this to all my SAP 10 guys, I call it the sniff the air test. So what you should be doing, because right now she said 175, right? When you ask her how much she's looking to get for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At that moment when she said 175, not later in the call, but at that moment when she said 175, did you know whether she was in the right price bucket or wrong price bucket?
I did not
I did
exactly when
not
she said
exactly
that.
when she
No.
said that. No.
Yep, you didn't because you don't have anything up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like to do and to give it a try is I always pick up the phone first, so I dial, right? So I don't pre-comp, I don't do any of that before dialing because that's a waste of time. But as soon as I hit dial, I am copying the address and I'm pasting it onto prop stream while the phone is ringing. Why am I doing that? Let me ask you, when the phone is ringing,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, when the phone is ringing, are you doing anything?
No,
Are you
it's just
thinking of anything?
to be honest.
There you go. So you already know it. So that's what you're trying to say. It's just dead time. So utilize that dead time by pulling it up on prop stream. So while the phone is ringing, you pull it up, and then you look at comp details, and you just see like a bunch of numbers next to the addresses. Now, we don't know which one is the right comp, so I'm not saying you have the actual number, but you can get to see like, oh, like I see a few in the 200s, and I see 200s and 100s. Okay, well, the 200s are probably the ARV, the 100s are what? Low
As is.
100s are as is. Boom. So you have a theory in your mind on whether this person is in the wrong price or right price pocket. Now, as she goes into the condition of the property, then I will continue to comp. Why? Condition equals comping. Motivation equals pen and paper, right? So that's one thing I just noticed that at this moment, you have no idea whether she's in the wrong price or right price bucket, because now it's only now that you're putting the address onto our prop stream.
There is a plumbing repair that needs to be done. I have a estimate on that for $3,000. But for the most part, everything else is good.
Okay.
And both units are rented.
Both units are rented. What are they rented for?
The upper is $1,250 and the lower is $1,225 because the guy in the lower unit does the snow, just the lawn, the upkeep yard.
Okay.
Upkeep.
All right. And their lease situation, is it month to month or?
No, month to month.
Month to month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looks like you're cash flowing pretty well on this. What had you looking at when to sell it?
Well, my husband is 80.
Great question, by the way. Good transition.
Thank you.
And I'm 60 and we're just tired. We want to just liquidate some stuff so we can travel.
Okay.
Not have to deal with tenants or repairs or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want you to remember this, all right? He just said okay to her, right? He just agreed with her.
You got anything else you're looking to sell or just this one?
Just this one at the time. For right now, we do have 2 other properties.
So where did that come from?
What part? Where are you looking at? Sell anything else? That part? Sell anything else? That part?
Yeah.
I think that was just. Maybe possibly looking for a package or anything like that. If it's a tired landlord and she has other properties, and maybe she has other properties, and maybe she's sell just a portfolio or something of that sort.
No, did she tell you she had other properties?
I thought she did, didn't she?
I don't think she did.
Honestly,
Unless
need to
I
get a
completely
speaker.
missed it.
It's pretty quiet.
I don't think she did. Did you turn up your volume?
My volume is maxed out, it's like it thinks I'm on a phone call, and it's not letting me put it on speaker or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't really know how I could.
Okay. So let's see here. Can you hear me now or no?
It's still the same audio level.
All right, but you can hear me now because otherwise you wouldn't have. So, all right. So everyone's saying that you're really echoing. So I'll just talk to you. I'll most likely do more like a one-way thing here. So if you want to just take notes, I mean, it's being recorded, obviously, so you don't have to take that much notes. But at this point, I don't think she told you she has other properties that she's looking to sell. She said that she's a landlord, right? But she didn't say like I've got other properties. That being said, at this point, I just don't see the reason for that because you haven't even figured out what needs to be done with this one. So why complicate the conversation? You know what I mean? So I feel like he kind of jumped ahead on that one. You weren't living in the moment. And here's another reason why I know you're not living in the moment. She said it, her and her husband are 84, they want to travel. If someone says they want to travel, what should you be saying?
Where to? Where to?
That's right. That should have been the question, not do you have any other properties you're looking to sell? Okay, so let's get right to this.
But he's not ready to let go of those two yet. But 68th Street, he is ready to let go of.
Okay. Why this one in particular? What made you sort of get rid of this one first?
The other two have family members living there.
Okay.
Great question, by the way. Why this one, not the other two? I love that, dude. Now you're digging deeper, right? Like most people, including myself, when I was newer, like that would have just gone over my head. I'd be like, oh, okay, and then off to the next one. Like you dug deeper and asked, well, why this one and not the other two? So awesome, man.
So
Now let's just see if you can capitalize on this. Let's see.
they're not ready to move out yet, and so he's giving them some time to get themselves situated, and then then at that time, then we'll be ready to sell. But like I said, it's not right now because we've got our kids are living in the
Yeah, it's understandable.
Two properties.
Yeah, it's understandable. What was kind of the what made you guys? I mean, I know you said you're getting older and everything like that. Want to free up time. What was kind of the thing that made you guys say you're looking to sell them though?
Well,
like, why now?
Because, honey, like I said, my husband is 84. We used to do all of the work and, repairs and stuff like that ourselves. And he can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. And so, he's just ready to just, it's just stressful, honey. It's very stressful. It's be 84 years old and, heck, you're worrying about this and worrying about that. And, it's just too much stress on my husband.
Right. So actually, let's see what you do.
I'd rather just sell it and, take that money and run and go travel with him, spend our last years together as good ones, not worrying about repairs and tenants and, just worry about us.
Yeah. Okay. And you said you don't want to worry about this and worry about that. What do you mean by that?
Well, honey, just dealing with tenants alone, that's, just dealing with people, just my husband, he's too old. He's just, what does it matter? We want to travel. That's it, just plain and simple, honey. We just want to travel and, not, just, yeah. Oh, Mark, what else? What?
Okay. Where you guys headed?
Now you ask where you guys headed. See, the thing is that should have been in the beginning because then that would have just opened up, right? Because then that would have been like a great conversation. Oh my God, I want to travel myself. Where are you guys headed to? And so little framing here and there, Jamil, would help out a lot. Like instead of just saying, "Hey, where are you headed to?" Like, "Oh man, like I would love to travel. I haven't been traveling myself. Where's your guys' first stop?" You know what I mean? Because if you frame it that way, now you're asking out of curiosity versus just another question to ask. But let's see what. So this is good that you're asking. So let's see what happens.
Tennessee, California, Georgia. I don't know.
So there's one thing that I'm hoping you would do after she talks here. So let's see if you're going to do it. And if not, I'm going to call it out. Okay. So let's see.
Texas, maybe Wyoming, Kansas.
RV in it, I guess.
Maybe Utah. No, flying or trains.
Flying or trains. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'd love to, of course, help you get some of that stress off of you and everything like that. With that being said, can I ask how you came up with your price, 175?
Well, he paid. That's what we paid for it, and he wants to get at least that out of it.
I'm actually not. I'm indifferent about that. I mean, I kind of know where you're going with this, so I'm okay with it. What I was hoping you would say, because you noticed she was getting a little annoyed because you were asking almost the same question. She kept saying like, "Hey, we just wanted," right? You sense that, right? So at that point, I really wanted you to do a quick recap. So, Miss Jane, if you don't mind, I'd love to just take a step back. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly here. What you're saying is that you guys are 84. You don't really want to deal with the tenants and toilets. You don't want to do the rehab anymore. You don't want to do anything. And you just really want to get to the next chapter of your lives, which is traveling. Is that right? Right. Like I would rather have you do that. And the reason why it's important to do it that way is because at that moment is because she was getting annoyed. So now it's time for you to say, hey, hold on, man. I want to make sure that I want you to know that I heard you. And that's going to bring the guards down.
You paid 175.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I mean, he's put a lot of money into it. We've only had it since 2021, and when we first purchased it, so in 2022, he put a lot of money into it. You know, as far as fixing his lower unit and everything, and then you know, fixing the upper.
So at this point, what's the next question should you be asking?
How much you put into it?
How much you put into it? Or also, I would like to clarify, did you buy this at 175 or are you all in at 175? Because I don't know how much they bought it for.
Unit, you know, we had a couple of tenants in there that when we first purchased it, the lower unit was empty, and you know, it was signed. The upper unit had a tenant in it. We ended up having to evict her, and when she left, it was just like she left like so much garbage, and everything else is ridiculous, and you know, just not to have to, you know, just deal with that problem again, you know, just.
Okay, so if she's saying that the last tenant left it a mess and it's now vacant,
No, so it's currently occupied, but that was a turnover that they had to deal with.
Okay. Yeah, it's understandable. I'm looking at the pictures of
Mark,
it.
you'll understand better, Mark, when you get to be 84.
Yeah.
Really, you will understand way better, honey,
Yeah.
you get older.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely want to be in your guys' position, 20, 30 years from now, cashing out
yeah, that's money, bro. Like you're relating with her. Good shit.
equity and everything like that. With that being said, though, although I'd love to cash you guys out, put as much money as I can in your pockets, at the same time, I got to be fair to my business as well.
Right. Well, we still owe 110,000 on it, so
110,000, you said?
yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
All right. What do you think the next question should be?
Honestly, I don't know. I know what I did ask was, so you guys are hoping to walk away with 65,000? Was there a better question?
Why did you ask it that way?
I didn't really know another way to ask it, to be honest.
Like what every guru tells you to. So once that 110 is paid off, how much are you looking to walk away in your pocket with?
Yeah, it's definitely better.
Right? Because remember, the first number is a fuck off number. So why are you doing the math for it? Or what if they just want to walk away with 10,000? Then now your new purchase price is 125. But because you framed it, 110, you're looking to walk away with 65, then what are they going to say? Of course, yes. So that means what? Your price is still 175. You know what I mean? So anytime someone knows something, oh, okay, great. Well, by the way, obviously that has to get paid first once we close on this. Just curious, once that's paid, how much are you wanting to walk away with in your pocket? Right? Because then people will be like, oh, dude, Man, with 35,000, we can definitely travel around the world. Now your price is what?
145.
That's right. You got a $30,000 price drop without even asking for a price drop. All right. So don't ever put the words in their mouth. Don't ever put the value in their mouth. Just ask for it.
We want to get at least 175 so we could pay it off, and then have at least what what we put down into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm looking at the pictures of, I'm guessing when you guys bought it, and I know you said you put more work
Yeah,
into it
probably.
since then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna
All right.
stop it there. So I'm gonna say this because there are viewers watching here. I absolutely hate that. I despise it. Here's the reason why. When you're using PropStream, whatever comping tool software you have, what you're doing is that, hold on, what is Kathy saying? Kathy's saying either we are hearing Jamil through his computer and through your way to. No, the only way to fix that would be to oh, you know what you can do, Jamil? Do me a favor. Right before you say something, can you mute your speakers? Not your microphone, but your just turn off your, like the speaker. Just mute it and then
I don't know how to do that.
where's the up and down button for your volumes on your laptop?
Well, this is on
Just
my
turn it all the way down.
phone, but
Oh,
like that.
what's on? Well, I don't know. Is it echoing, guys? Say something.
Me. This is with the
This is
volume
with the
all the way
volume all the
down.
way down. Kathy, is he still echoing when he did that or no? Yeah, still echoing. All right, so I'll just talk to me on and let's just minimize the amount of time you talk. I apologize. Um, what was I saying? What did you do that I absolutely despise? Oh, the pictures, guys. You got to remember the comping tool, whatever software you guys are using. It's all they're all pulling information from third party softwares, right? They're pulling pictures from Zillow, Redfin, Homes.com, whatever they can get their hands on. So when you're looking at the pictures, assume that it's outdated. Never assume that it's the actual pictures, right? So right there, I mean, I'm glad that you actually kind of confirmed with her, but instead of saying that, you're like, hey, I'm seeing some pictures online, but how old are these pictures? And then she's like, well, what does it look like? And then you describe her the kitchen, describe her the bathroom, whatever it is. And then she's going to tell you whether that's before or between the tenants, whatever it is. So always confirm. So in that way, you know whether those pictures are outdated or if they're current. All right, let's see. What did Agnes say? She wanted to get how much she put down. Shouldn't you ask how much that was? Yep, exactly.
All right. Now, if I were to try to max out these rents, what do you think I'd have to do that? Other than, of course, if need be, move the tenants out.
Yeah, that'll probably have to be it. Move the tenants out.
Other than that, it's pretty much good to go. Paint, maybe, possibly
Yeah,
flooring.
I would. Yeah, I would think so. Cause yeah. See, my husband, he's like, he's so, that. And see, people, they just like the girl upstairs. I just don't like that girl upstairs because she talks sassy to my husband. She didn't think anyone was listening but him. She's trying to talk to him any kind of way. Just because he's 84 and he talks slow and you figure, oh well, he's an old man. He walks with a cane and they can treat him any kind of way.
Yeah, that's not
And
right.
yeah, exactly. So she would be, oh well, I don't have the full rent now. I'll pay now this much, and then I can pay this much. But heck, we got bills we got to pay on time.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it just yeah. She is up to date on her rent, though. I mean, they're both units. The lower unit we haven't had no problems out of them. And the upper unit, other than her talking sassy to my husband and just not, I mean, I understand, people have problems and, but heck, everybody's got problems.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I got a good grasp on the situation now. What the property needs, what you guys need, and everything like that. Like I said, I want to put as much cash in your.
Well, I don't know. Do you have a good grasp? How much do they need?
In my head, it's still 65, but that's probably not really true.
Exactly. You have no idea how much they need because you never ask. Now, maybe you might be asking, you might ask soon, but what is the ultimate goal? What do they want to do? If you were to give it one word, what is it? What do they want to do?
In my mind, it's freedom. Mainly for the wife, from what she said, and how the tenants treated her husband and everything like that.
Perfect. So that, what else?
Well, that's two words, but hassle free, travel.
Travel. That's one. So then now we need to attach value to that. But because you were never curious about where they want to travel, when they want to travel, where's the first stop, how are they going to do it, so forth and so forth. So we never got value attached to that number, to that goal. Hey, by the way, where are you going to travel? Like, what are you going to do? How much is that going to cost? We don't know anything. So how much do they really need? We don't know. Because we don't know, any number you throw out there, you're going to be walking blind. Does that make sense, Shamil?
Yeah, I'm ready down now.
Oh, all right. All right. While you're doing that, Isaiah said, so I want to add, do you have a high termination rate on the contracts you sent out 14 days, being transparent with the seller about selling? High cancellation contract termination rate has nothing to do whether it's 14 days or the way I look at it, whether you did 14 days or 30 days, if you can't find a buyer, you can't find a buyer. So do I have a high termination rate? I do, 'cause I do it nationwide and I also like to take risks. But that has nothing to do with the 14 days. All right, let's get right back to
Your guys'
this.
pocket as possible. Sounds like you owe 110. You're looking to walk away with somewhere around 65.
Yeah, see, once again, you assume that, bro. You're not their CPA. Don't act like one.
But with that being said, I'll be honest. The only two things that I look at when I'm buying, rentals, is the rent rate, which I want to be at least 1.5% in a neighborhood like this, and the equity. I'm looking for somewhere around 20% equity. So the rent rate isn't the best at 175 unless you think I could max them out somehow, or get some more out of it somehow, some way.
Yeah, honey.
Okay, so what was
The
that?
girl upstairs.
You started really well. I mean, you sounded like an expert. When I'm buying rentals, this is what I look at. So how did you end the way you ended?
I don't know.
Why don't you just explain to her why 175 wouldn't work?
Definitely what I should have did.
There are times to be curious, there are times to be the idiot, and there are times and moments when you need to be the expert. You started off being an expert, finish off being an expert. Hey, ma'am, at 175, I'm getting less than 1.5% that I need, and I'm getting less than 20% of the equity that I need. My only concern is if I buy it at 175, there's no meat on the bone for me. I'm upside down. I can't cash flow. Right? Because that's a statement that you're doing. So explain it. So in other words, tell them why 175 wouldn't work without saying 175 wouldn't work. Am I making sense there, Jamil? If I'm going a little too fast, please let me know.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
Not sure about and the people downstairs. It's a young family, you know, so I'm not sure, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, and it's like, you know, I'm probably like no better than my husband as far as, you know, not charging the maximum amount that we could have, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for a 3 bedroom, you know. So I mean, you know, I would love to say, yeah, you know, you could go ahead and hike up the rents, but I mean, I don't know if, you know, if you did, then, you know, I don't think the tenants would be able to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you know, you wouldn't have no problem renting it out, I'm sure, after that. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Okay. So let me ask you, if we got this closed in say about 30 days, covered all the closing costs, no realtor fees or commission, this is a private sale, just me and you. If I were to say put $45,000 in your pocket, would that suffice, help you guys get, you know, to your next chapter in life?
I don't think that would be enough, honey. I don't think my husband would go for that. No.
Okay. So why did you say with 45? When did RJ ever ask the kill shot with a number?
Never. Never.
So why'd you do it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right? Kill shot, right? What's the best that you can do? Not with $45,000. Once again, the question you just asked is this. What you did was because you put the number in their mind of 65, now you're saying would 45 work? So by the way you framed that, the focus is on what? Is on losing the 20. What value does 45 offer? Now, at this very moment, we've been listening to your calls. At this very moment, what does 45 offer? What value does it offer to her?
We don't
We
know
don't know
because
because I
I
don't
don't really know exactly what her motivation is.
That's exactly right. So because we don't know what their motivation is, we don't know the value of that 45, then the focus is losing the 20, not what 45 can do. But if you were in the beginning, if you were to ask, oh, well, how much is traveling going to cost you? How much is this going to cost you? Da, 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 da. And you were to have a grocery list of items and the things that they want to accomplish with the values attached to them, then now all of a sudden, hey, this 45 can actually do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, which are all the things that are important to you that you mentioned earlier. You see the difference there? Losing 20 versus what the 45 can do. And that's why it's really important to get what it is that they're absolutely trying to accomplish to see if we can even be the solution. There are times that we're not. And if we're not the solution, then we're not the solution. So that's okay. All right. So let's see how this goes.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just don't think that would be enough for him. I don't know. It's my husband. You know, he's like stuck in his head that of the price that he wants, and I don't know if that would be enough to. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know, honey. I don't know. And he's not home right now, so I can't ask him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you could call back tomorrow when he gets home, I could talk to him and see what he thinks, and then maybe we could set up some time that you can come and look at it.
Which, by the way, which I didn't catch that until just now. So even me, I made the mistake. Right now, who's the decision maker?
The husband.
So I fucked that one up too. I would have never even given her. This would have been a 5-minute phone call. It sounds like, ma'am, it sounds like your husband is, you and your husband make the decisions together. Am I hearing correctly? Yeah. Great. What's the best time for me to call back so we can all talk together? Now, maybe I still probably would have gathered some of that information, if not all of what you've done so far, but I would have never given the number. I was just with JT and Alex, the guys that are calling my leads right now, and JT asked, like, when do you not give a number? I'm like, there's only one time I will not give a number out. That's when the decision maker is not there. So I missed that too.
Yeah. Well, I would, of course, come look at it eventually, but I'll just walk you through if we did make something happen, the process that, I typically do. So if, we come to an agreement on price and everything like that, what I would do is I'd send you guys over. Are you good with email? Could you sign like a DocuSign or something of that sort?
Yeah, I have. We've done a DocuSign before. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
You know what? Oh my God! See, you know we're old. You see, you're asking, do we know how to do it?
Well, I just wanted to verify.
So no one know. It's good because look, I just did learn how to freaking text. Are you kidding me? So
Yeah.
you're not wrong in asking that. So see, that's exactly why we want to just be done with everything and just take care of us. You know.
Yeah. Well, I want to make the process as easy on you guys as possible. And I just closed on a house over in Ohio.
There's one thing I do want to point out. When you asked her your version of the kill shot, she said, I don't think my husband would want that, right? So at that point, trying to see if you can connect the dots here. What's the one question? Let's assume for a second that the husband was there, decision maker was there. What's the one question that you can bring up at that point?
If he was there, you're saying?
Yeah, because they want to accomplish something, and then she's saying something else. So, fire away. What do you think you can ask?
Is there any way we can get him on the phone too?
No, let's assume for a second he's on the phone. Let's assume for a second you're talking to both of them right now, and she still makes the same comment, or he makes the same comment. I don't know. I am not ready to let it go that low yet.
Oh, what I would ask, I'd probably say what's so important about the 65.
That's one. But what else? Where's the disconnect? This is where most people miss it.
I'm not sure, honestly.
What would you consider? What type of seller are these guys?
Professional investor, unprofessional investor.
Yeah, but they're also what? They're a tired landlord, right?
Elderly. Oh, tired. Yes.
The point that I'm trying to get at, and for the folks that are watching, is like, at some point, you got to ask, how tired are you? Because you're saying you want to do all of this, well, but you're trying to sell this to a fellow investor that there's no meat on the bone. So what's more important to you? Traveling and not having to deal with tenants and toilets, or dealing with tenants and toilets and not travel? Right? Because those are two opposite statements. You know what I mean? I want to accomplish this, but I don't want to do this. You get what I mean or no?
Yeah.
So that's where I would have asked that. Like, man, how tired are you? You guys just pulling my chain here?
Last week, I believe. And I had to do the same. I had to send a mobile notary out to her. So worst case scenario, we could have did something like that, but I didn't want to walk through the process and then, like I said, I want to make it as easy on you as possible. So I could send you over a simple 2-page agreement, just pretty much saying you're the seller, I'm the buyer, address, terms, stuff like that. It's nothing
Is that
crazy.
What they call it quick claim? Is that quick claim?
Quick claim deed.
Like
So
like that?
this
Something?
well, that's not what we would do. It is a thing,
okay.
but we would go through a third party title company, and that's to protect you as the seller as well as me as the buyer. They're just going to make sure that there's nothing weird going on and everything like that. But yeah, that's just so I can get title insurance. You're an investor, you get it. Yeah, I'd send you over a simple 2-page agreement, pretty much saying I'm the buyer, you're the seller, address, basic stuff. At that point, I'd send my boots on the ground because I'm in New Jersey out there to come check out the property. As long as it is what you said it was, and I mean, like I said, I saw pictures of it. You got it rented right now for $1,200, so it's not like it can be in terrible condition. But as long as there's no like foundation problems or something of that sort.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
That's plumbing thing.
Yeah. So other than that, yeah, at that point, after we do our inspections and everything like that, we will open up title. Title's just going to make sure that everything's good to go on their end. Once title's clear, we'll close. Realistically, you're looking at somewhere from 2 to 3 weeks, but I always put on my contract 30 days just in case title needs extra time on their end. So yeah, if we did come to an agreement, like I said, you'd have cash in your pocket in probably about 30 days. 30 days or less.
Okay, and then how much cash did you say again, honey?
So net to you, you don't have to pay any closing costs, no commissions, nothing of that sort. You would be getting, one second, what did I say? 45,000. Of that, the only thing I would ask you to pay is prorated taxes, which is just the taxes while you owned it this year. Let's see, your taxes are.
Why do you need to know? The CPA?
We just paid them too.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
I don't even know how much they were.
Yeah, so it'd be like $800 in prorated taxes just for while you owned it for January,
Why?
February. stuff like that.
Where did you learn that from?
I think it was a call that I had earlier that day where they asked a question about that. And it was still on my mind possibly.
Hey, you own the house? Call the goddamn county assessor's office. I don't give a shit about it because that's gonna come from proceeds anyway. You get what I mean? Like, bro, and half the time prop stream information is incorrect anyway. So you gave them $800. What if it's worth more? What if they owe back taxes that you don't know about? You don't know those things, right? You don't have to be an expert at everything. You just have to be an expert at what you're doing, which is, hey, if I buy this, I need to have meat on the bone. In order for me to have meat on the bone, I need this at 155, which is $45,000 in your pocket. I pay all the closing costs. The only thing you'll be responsible for any prorated taxes and prorated utilities. That's it. You don't need to explain anything else. I'll give it to you. I learned this back when I was in college. Prosecutor from Ohio told me this. Told me, so it's either the truth can always be explained with one sentence. So when we talk and we ask questions or when we explain our position, when you over explain yourself, it shows that you're not confident or you don't know what the heck you're doing. So keep it as short as possible. Hey man, buying the property, I'll buy it as is, paying all the closing costs, no realtor fees. Only thing you'll be responsible for are any prorated taxes. Done. You know?
Pretty much, yeah, you'll get almost $45,000 in your guys' pocket.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, County, can I have let me get your name and your number and everything, and then I can call you back tomorrow?
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, my name.
All right. So I think that's pretty much done, right? There's nothing else to it. So overall, man, the only thing I would say is at this point, we still don't know why they're selling and what they need. Do you feel like you know, or
I feel like it's definitely the freedom factor as well as the trouble tenants on the bottom floor, whatever it was. The amount we need, she needs. So no, we don't know.
I don't know? And that's ultimately it. So you've got an assumption on what it is, but you never clarified it. You never clarified it because you never did a recap. Right. Hey, Jane, let me just take a step back. Let me do a recap here. From what I'm hearing, this is what you want to accomplish, blah, 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 blah. Hey, by the way, I also heard you say that you're not willing to let it go of that lower than that. Like, if you don't mind me asking, those are two conflicting statements. What is it that you're actually trying to do here? Because you understand, in order for me to buy this, for an investor to buy it, they got to have a meat on the bone. Just like how when you bought it, you had to have meat on the bone. Otherwise, you would have never owned this property to begin with. You know what I mean? The bottom line, that's what we need to accomplish. And then at that point, the real truth is going to come out.
Yeah. In my mind, once she mentioned the husband, pretty much being the decision maker in the situation. My at that point, instead of continuing to educate and everything like that, I just wanted to try to get him on the phone and then further the conversation. But I definitely see what you're saying. I definitely should have done that instead.
Yeah. See, because at this point, one, you gave her the price. There's absolutely no point for her to get back on the phone with you. So I don't know if she's ghosting you or whatnot, but if that price is not the right price, there's no point. There's no reason for them to call you back.
Yeah, so I called her 2 days later, and another wholesaler had locked her up for the 175 and put her in a 3-month contract. And they said we don't hear. They pretty much said we don't hear if this thing's gonna move. So.
Yeah. So when they said that, what did you say?
I said, it sounds like it's not going to move me either. But I'll just continue to follow up, and then once they fall out of contract because they can't perform, then we'll be able to make something happen. But I should have just educated her properly the first time around.
Yep, but I'm going to share something with you that you can use in other aspects of the conversation. Okay, they told you that they don't think it's going to move, right? What does that mean?
They're not confident in them.
Why are they not confident in them?
Probably because of the price.
What was the first word you said in that answer of yours? What did you just say?
Probably.
Yeah. So if you're saying probably, that means you're not sure if that's the right answer. Once again, you're assuming, right? And I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I don't give a shit about what you think because it ain't your house and you ain't selling it. I want to know what they mean. I'm like, Dad, I figured you'd be happy. You got a much higher offer, the offer that you wanted. If you don't mind me asking, why don't you feel confident about it? That's like that extra layer that we're missing. And as we continue to grow, we're going to start asking those second, third layer questions, right? You have no idea why. Why do they think? You know why it's not going to move, but why did they think it's not going to move? It can be because they didn't explain the process. Two, they didn't sound confident. It can be any reasoning except price. In your mind, you're thinking it's because of price. In their mind, it's 1,000 different reasons. But because we didn't clarify it, then your next phone call to them, you're going to be like this because you're thinking here and they're thinking here or whatever. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever they say something and you do not have a clear explanation behind their statement, you better be asking, what do you mean by that? Why aren't you confident about it? Because whatever it is that they give you, those are the things that you need to overcome. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they say, well, because 175 is too expensive. Heck, we would never pay 175 for it. You know? But it is what it is. So overall, man, I gotta tell you, you've got a pretty good skeleton. You knew certain things. So you said a lot of good things in the right spots, but it's the little things in the middle that you're missing out, you're missing, which is totally fine because you're still growing and you're new to this. So all the mistakes you made are the mistakes that any new wholesaler is supposed to make. So it's not like you made something. It's not like you made a mistake that's just completely out there. So overall, man, good call. Um, Keep your head up. You did pretty good on this one, man. Just little things. But I'd say a month from now, you wouldn't be making the same mistakes. Maybe even 2 weeks from now, you wouldn't be making. Heck, maybe this week you wouldn't be making the same mistake. You know. So I'll stop. And I know you're echoing, but what are your thoughts as far as the call? You know, what was the key takeaway that you got out of this session with me today?
So a lot. Definitely stop making assumptions. I need to work on my framing. I need to especially like you said recap before I throw a number out. I need to attach value to that particular number that I'm going to throw out, whether that's pain or pleasure. This isn't something you said, but somebody into you had said it. I'm definitely saying, okay, things like that too much. And I usually because I still work at W2, I'm doing this after work. I'm too monotone. I need to throw more emotion in my voice.
100%, and that will count. That will come with experience. But overall, I think you hit all the major ones there. Those are the ones that I would definitely be working on. And then before we get off, I do want to answer to Isaiah. So they went with a different buyer before you were able to make the call the next day. Is that right?
It was 2 days later. So I called them 2 days later, and they had locked it up in that morning.
Yep. So a couple of things there, man. One, and I think you asked me this before, and I told you, whatever it is, you cut it in half. So if you're supposed to call 2 days later, you call the next day. If you're supposed to call 2 weeks out, you call next week. Right? Just cut it in half. The second thing, and I'm going to answer this to you and Isaiah, and this is what I've been preaching for a while. When you guys get off the phone, there are only two types of people that are going to come right after you. You're going to have the idiot, who, in this case, the idiot locked it up at 175 that's never going to move, right? Or you're going to have someone like me, Iro, RJ, top closer, that's actually going to close the deal. Those are the only two people that are going to come after you once you hang up the phone. So if you were to listen back to this call, Jamil, on your own, it was a lot of, I mean, you tried the motivation, but you didn't get deep enough in there. So the thing is, we still don't know what they need the money for. And because of that, you're most likely going to lose to either me or you're going to lose to an idiot. But if you had dug deep in there to know exactly what they need the 65 for, and if you really heard them correctly and you showed that you cared, then even if that guy had offered 175, she probably would have waited until you called because you cared and you asked a lot of good questions and you really try to come up with a solution. You know what I mean? So just wanted to throw it out there. There's no shame in 2 call closes. Obviously, we want to do it in 1 call, but if you absolutely have to, just make sure you have the second, third, fourth layer motivation before you get off the phone. That will help increase your chance of closing. If you absolutely have to do a 2 call close. Cool.
Yep.
Well, Jimmy, man, obviously, thank you again. I really appreciate your time, bro. And I think this might be your first time hopping on here, so I know it can be a little nerve-wracking at first, but hopefully it wasn't too bad for you. And keep sending those calls, man. RJ, would love to hear your calls. Obviously, I'd be more than happy to help out in any way I can as well.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Definitely took a lot from this.
Cool. All right, brother. You have a good one. And for everyone else that's watching, if you guys got any key takeaways, just drop it on the comments below. So that way, any new folks just like yourself can come across this video. They at least get to see what key takeaways they can get from it too, so that they can close their first deal. All right, folks, you guys have a wonderful day. And Jamil, you got my number, man. Give me a call anytime.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Later, brother.
Yeah.